Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to Proline, the longest-running sports handicapping show in America. I'm John Cranton in Las Vegas, joined by Jeff Saad, who's been running Las Vegas Sports Services for 14 years, and, of course, world champion handicapper Jim Feist. Got a slate of college basketball games to look at this final weekend, as well as an ACC tournament preview. But first, Jim, you guaranteed your Shadow Shocker game of the year last Saturday. You delivered with Virginia. They were a 4-point favorite that destroyed Syracuse 75-56. You have another game of the year release going Saturday as part of a guaranteed 3-team parlay.
That's right. You know, when you say Shadow Shocker, it's got to step out from the shadows and do something absolutely shocking, and it did. You know, whoever would think that Virginia would be that much more powerful than the Syracuse team at this point. Shadow Shocker game of the year. It was there. Virginia 75-56. Small chalk favorite. I got a 3-team basketball parlay on Saturday, including my college rivalry game of the year. That's my college rivalry game of the year. It's a $200 package, but you can get it for this unbelievably low price. Now, I could say $90, I could say $900, but it's $9. $9. $9 grocery dollars. This is what you carry in your pocket when you go to the 7-Eleven store. $9. You get this special package and a special guarantee. You go 3-0 or you play right through the tournament for free. Sign up early. Not only do you get those 3 games, but you get also a high roller going tonight. It's a special package. You know, we're at the end of the college basketball season. We're making money. Jeff's making money. We're all making very good money right now. I want you to get on board with this. I want you to have these 3 games, and I want you to have the high roller. $9. Call 1-866-841-1655. That's 1-866-841-1655.
All right, and Jeff Saad, you're off a 10-1 weekend, a remarkable run over the weekend. That included your 5-play countdown on Saturday that you gave away on this show last week. Ended up going a perfect 5-0 Saturday. Best bet winners on the weekends with Oklahoma, the LA Clippers, the Chicago Bulls. I don't want to put any pressure on you, but after 10-1, what do you have for an encore?
Well, it's hard to beat a 5-0 day, especially for only $5. So all you had called for the 5-play countdown for $5, you went 5-0, and it goes back even further than that. Since February 23rd, I'm 12-5 in the NBA, 14-6 in college. That's a combined 26-11, 70% winners. This week I have a trifecta on Saturday. You're going to get 3 plays, including my payback game of the year. If you sign up early, you get a high roller play tonight. That's 4 plays and off, just $15. Call LVSS at 1-866-575-8916, 1-866-575-8916.
All right, and Mr. Vegas has a special play right through the April 7th tournament finale, the championship game, for $35. It's going to include a pair of conference games of the month going this weekend. He's 3-1 run with these conference games of the month. You can sign up with Mr. Vegas. $35 you get over a month's worth of plays. 1-866-896-1627. All right, guys, our first game is going to be a Friday night game in the Ivy League, Harvard-Yale. Jim, a rivalry battle. Harvard is the powerhouse team in the Ivy this year, 24-4 overall record, 11-1 in the Ivy. But Yale is right behind, and it's not just a rivalry game, too, but a revenge game as Yale won the earlier meeting between these two as a 12.5-point dog. Jim, I know you like to look at matchup situations and even emotion with these rivalry games. That's certainly going to be on tap Friday night, isn't it?
Harvard's a very strong team. We've all heard about this team. They're 24-4 straight up. 11-1 in the Ivy, 5-0 ATS run. This is a top club. People don't really follow the Ivies that much, but those of us here in Vegas that like to make money like to keep track of this. I mean, Yale doesn't have the same kind of record that they do. They're 14-10, 8-2 though in the Ivies, which is very, very similar record. Yale's home from a 4-game trip where they were 2-2 straight up in ATS. They're averaging 67 points per game. That's 274th in the country. Like I said, most people don't follow the Ivies, and those of us who pay attention to basketball and all the opportunities out there, to make money. We look at this league very seriously because when you bet on an Ivy team and you win, you get the same kind of dollars you do than when you bet on a Duke or a North Carolina. It's a very interesting game.
Yeah, Jeff, when these teams met on February 8th, Jim mentioned how Yale is struggling on offense. Well, they haven't been a good shooting team really for the entire season, but on that night they were. They shot 51% at Harvard as a 12.5-point dog. Was that an aberration, or does Yale have Harvard's number at all?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago we talked about revenge games, and one thing you have to look at, if a team shoots really well the first game, it's unlikely they'll do the same in the next game because the losing team will make adjustments, and plus it's just hard to shoot that well 2 games in a row against the same team. Harvard's won 6 in a row right now. They covered the last 5 games. The last 5 games they've won by an average of 25 points, 15-7 against the spread this season, 11-1 in the Ivy League. Yale was 9-3. If Yale wins this game and then beats Dartmouth, and then Harvard is upset by Brown, they could end up tied and then they'll play a tiebreaker game. That's very unlikely, but at least Yale has some hope here. The revenge game, the first game was 74-67, making this a revenge game. I don't think Yale is going to shoot that well again. And also in the first game, Yale made 10 more free throws than Harvard did. That's unlikely also. Yale shoots only 42.6% of the season. So in this revenge matchup, in this situation, I'm going to lean toward Harvard, John.
Yeah, just to give you an example of Harvard's dominance this season, their scoring margin in the Ivy League plus 16.6. That's tops in the Ivy, and the second best team is Brown at plus 3.9. Yale, incidentally, is third at plus 3.1. Harvard's certainly going to be motivated because they've already clinched at least a tie for the Ivy title, so they could win it outright right here. This Yale team not only beat them, but is playing consistently well. 8-2 runs straight up, 7-3 against the spread. The way I look at this game, though, is defense, because Yale is also on a 7-2 run under the total. When you get these rivalry games, you can get great defense with so much at stake. Yale is home from a 4-game trip. It wasn't very good, just 2-2 straight up in ATS. They are second, though, in the Ivy in scoring defense, just 62 points per game. When Yale wins a game, they're 9-5 under the total that next game, and when Harvard wins a game, which they recently did, they're 10-3 under the total that next game. So that's the way I'm going to look at this: a dogfight with a lot more defense than offense on Friday night.